Hello guys, my name is Patrick, and welcome to an episode of Ask Me Anything, which is the series here on my channel where anyone can comment or send me via private message their questions, whether it's about a game or real life, and I'll always answer them. Let's start with the first question. We have Violet B. Gary 12 who asked, what's your favorite COD ever? And so my favorite COD ever would probably have to be either COD 4 or Black Ops 2. COD 4 was really fun, and Black Ops 2 was obviously a great, just really well made game by Treyarch. I love Black Ops 2. But COD 4 was also just really fun just because it's one of the original classics. Next we have Ace 30 Killer, and he asks, why do you like Advanced Warfare? Why do you like Search and Destroy? What's your KD? And what's your grades? So, to answer the first question, why do I like Advanced Warfare? I like Advanced Warfare, and by the way, he's just assuming I like Advanced Warfare, but I do like Advanced Warfare. I like Advanced Warfare mostly because I like the movement system, honestly. Like, a lot of people hated it just because there people jumping in the air, it'd be harder for you to aim, but I think it was really good to get you, like, ready for the COD games, because you pretty much have to force yourself to learn how to aim better, which is pretty much how I got really good at the game. Like, I remember when I first started Ghost, I wasn't that great, but then Advanced Warfare came out, and I started like just getting really better aim, and when I went back to like Ghost and some of those other games, my aim was like a lot better, just because Ghost kind of, Advanced Warfare kind of forces you to get better aim, better accuracy. That's mostly what I like about Advanced Warfare. I didn't really like the gun balance at all, but I also did really like, I did really like the map design. The map design was great in Advanced Warfare, and I'm excited for Black Ops 3. So, next question he asks is, why do you like Search and Destroy? So, in case you guys don't know, Search and Destroy is probably my favorite game mode, and this is just because it's really intense sometimes, but it doesn't get like intense to the point where it's just not fun to play. And I love Search and Destroy because you can't respawn, so if you have bad aim, you're punished for it, and it's not like you can just respawn and keep running and gunning. And Search and Destroy kind of forces you to stay back and be more tactical with your approach. Not tactical to the point of like Rainbow Six Siege, which was a pretty fun game, but not any tactical like that. It's still Call of Duty, but it's just the most tactical, really, Call of Duty can get, and I think that's a good mix for Call of Duty. Next question he asks is, what's your KD? And so, right now, in Advanced Warfare, my KD is a 2.0, and that's not that great, but it's okay. And in Ghost, my KD I think is like a 2.5, just because I was a little bit better at Ghost, but you guys know, in Advanced Warfare, you get spawn killed a lot, just because people can get your spawn really quickly because of their exosuits. And in Black Ops 2, my KD was about like a 3, and I did really good in Black Ops 2. And a lot of the gameplay I have, you'll see, like, I'm not doing that great. Like, in this gameplay, I think right now in the gameplay, I have like a 2 KD-ish. Like I don't know, because the gameplay will be kind of delayed because I'll be making cuts here and there. But the gameplay's not that great now because I just recently got an Elgato, and so I've recently been recording gameplay, and I just haven't been back to Ghost in a while, which is why this Ghost gameplay you're saying just isn't really that great. And then the next question he asks is, what's your grades? So, this is a question about school. It's not a question about any game. My grades in school right now are actually really good. I have straight A's. I just took a midterm today in school, actually, for geometry, and I know I got an A on that. We technically haven't gotten it back yet, but it was super easy just because it was weird. We had a geometry midterm that technically didn't have much geometry on it. Like, we had spent the entire year learning about like geometry proofs, but there were no geometry proofs on the test. There were just algebra proofs, which are super easy. Yeah, and so the test was pretty easy. It was pretty much just geometry, or I mean, not geometry, it's more algebra. And in case you guys didn't know, I really like algebra. I don't know if I said that before on the channel, but algebra is by far my favorite subject. I just find it really interesting. I just thought like the whole concept about solving for x, I just think that's really cool. I'm excited next year I'm going to be taking algebra 2/trigonometry. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, next question we have D-Man 2.0, and he asks, what prompted you to start YouTube? And to be completely honest, to answer this question, what prompted me to start YouTube was just other YouTubers, pretty much. I never started YouTube because I wanted to get big or popular or anything, but I loved how when I watched other YouTubers, it just helped me with the game. It helped me get better. It just informed me. It was really like fun to watch. It was entertaining sometimes. A lot of like videos were really funny, and so I wanted to make something that could entertain people maybe as well as they could. And so I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. Definitely not on whatever YouTubers I was watching level, but I don't know. Someday I'll get there. Like I said in my last video, I really don't care how popular I get. I just want people to enjoy my videos, and even if one person enjoys my videos, I consider that a win. So next we have Peyton, who asked, how did YouTube affect your life? And it hasn't affected my life too much. yet. I'm just gonna say yet because I'm still early. I've only been doing YouTube for a couple years. I haven't even been on this channel for 2 years. I started doing YouTube about 2 years ago with a different channel, but then I switched over to this channel just because that channel was weird because it was like I've actually had 3 separate channels. Like I started out with my channel that I just used for school, and I didn't want to keep posting gaming videos on that channel, so I switched to a channel called Patrick Games. Not this one, but it's called Patrick Games. But it was weird, I accidentally made it like a sub channel of my school channel, and so I didn't want it that way. So I ended up making a completely new email, completely new channel, which is this channel now, Patrick Games. And so don't tell me wrong on this, but I'm just thinking, it's not likely that I'll do it, but I'm thinking about making a new channel, not like an addition to this, but instead of this, just because I don't know, I don't really like my name that much. I think it's too cliche or whatever. And so how it affects my life is just I find myself having to rush through homework sometimes just so I can get a video up, but it doesn't happen that often, and overall it hasn't really affected my life that much yet, like I said before, yet, just because my biggest fear, this is my biggest fear. I know I shouldn't be ashamed of YouTubing or anything, but if my friends at school found this out, which a couple of my friends know, in fact most of them are probably, or not most, but some of them are probably watching this video right now, if I my other friends at school found out that I did this whole YouTube thing, I don't think they'd make fun of me, but I think they'd spread it and then it'd spread around the entire school, and I think that wouldn't be a good thing, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, that's my biggest fear, just spreading around the school, maybe affecting my social life, but I doubt that would happen. I'm not really embarrassed of YouTube. It just some of the things I post are appealing towards a younger audience instead, and so I wouldn't want them just making fun of that, which I doubt they would do. I don't think it affected that much, but like I said, I don't think it's affected my life that much yet, and I never let YouTube take place of anything super important in life. Like, I don't let it take place of study time. If I have nights that I need to study, a couple nights ago I really needed to study for the midterm, and I was planning on making a video, but then I realized I needed to study, so instead of making the video I studied. So school comes first before YouTube, which is how I wanted to stay. Academics are really important to me. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it for that question. Next we have Wes Press, and he asks, what devices do you use? So this is kind of a general question, and devices in general, I assume he'd mean consoles, and I only have one console, which is the Xbox. But I also, devices that I use, I have a desktop Mac that I use for editing videos. It's not huge, but it's bigger than a regular laptop, which is good because it's a big enough screen. It's a desktop, so it's easier, or in my opinion it's easier to use. I mean, laptops are really cool and really fun to edit on, but I don't have one, which is unfortunate. I'd really like one, but I don't have the resources to afford one. And I have an iPad, which I use for school purposes, because in school, at least in high school, we really need some kind of device because they don't provide the devices for us, and so we need some kind of device while we're at school. So I just have an iPad mini, and that's really been useful. I love my iPad mini. It's a lot of fun, but it can't really do a lot that a desktop or laptop can, so that's unfortunate, but it's still really cool. I love it. And for what I game on, what TV I use, it's not a TV. I recently went to a BenQ monitor, and I'm not going to link it in the description just because I'll do that in another video. I'll go more in depth about my monitor, but I really like it. The quality is pretty good. The only thing I complain about is there's sometimes a glare on the screen in the middle of the day, but I can just close the blinds and that issue will be solved. It's a really good monitor. I really like it, and gaming on a monitor is so much better than gaming on TV because you have a faster millisecond response time. So this monitor has 1 millisecond response time compared to my TV that has, I think it was about a 6 millisecond response time, and that's a huge difference. Once you go to monitor, you can't go back to TV. You'll feel so much delay, even though it's only about 5 milliseconds. So gaming on monitor is a lot better in my opinion than gaming on TV. And if you ever get the money to buy one, I definitely recommend it. It's really cool. So those are actually all the devices I have, so let's go to the next question. The founder IGO asks, would I plan on expanding to other consoles? So like I said before, I don't really have the resources to expand to other consoles, nor would I really want to, because I play on Xbox One right now, but exclusivity is moving over to the PS4 for Call of Duty, which pretty much just means the DLC comes out earlier on PS4. And so, although that would be kind of cool to get the DLC earlier, I don't think it's worth buying a new $400 console or PS4, or I don't even know how much they cost now, but I don't think it'd be worth it buying a brand new console pretty much just for that. And all my friends are on Xbox, and so I don't think I'd move consoles, and that's probably going to stay that way for a long time. Finally, we have Cheesy Facepalm, and he asks, how do you edit videos so well? So this is kind of a flattering comment. He thinks I edit videos well. So I just edit with iMovie. It's kind of strange, actually. So I consider my videos to be edited intently. Actually, what is the word I'm looking for? I think I make the most of the software I use. So I use iMovie to edit, and iMovie is notorious for being like too simple. But honestly, iMovie is a pretty complex system that once you get down to it, you can do a lot in iMovie that you probably wouldn't expect. And I've got iMovie down to a science. I've been using iMovie for so long. For example, whenever it's kind of implanted into my brain. Whenever I watch a video, let's say I see a title or transition, I know exactly when it's an iMovie title or transition or not. So I know what editing software they're using to edit based on titles, transitions, and things like that. And so iMovie is known for being just not super professional, but I think iMovie is really great. It's a free software, and I don't really want to spend $300 on Final Cut Pro X, which is a good editing software, but honestly, I've tried the trial, and it's not super different than iMovie. But if I did have Final Cut Pro X, the only thing I'd really use it for other than iMovie is that in Final Cut Pro X you can have multiple layers on top of the video, whereas in iMovie you can only have one at a time, which is sometimes just gets annoying. But I think I understand why they only have one at a time, one layer at a time, because it's a free app, and so they don't want to give you too much stuff. Plus iMovie is related to Final Cut Pro, and so they want you to buy Final Cut Pro so you can have access to those features. But really, other than more layers, there's really not much difference between a $300 editing software and this free editing software. So yeah, I just use iMovie. I take most advantage of it I can. I use titles and transitions that don't look like it's with iMovie, because if other people like I'm sure I'm not the only one who, when they see a video, if they know if it's iMovie or not. So when other people see videos, if they know what like softwares I'm using, that they won't really know I've been using iMovie. Not saying iMovie is terrible, but just a lot of people don't like it, and they just assume your video is bad if it was made with iMovie, because iMovie's kind of become that name. You say, oh yeah, what do you edit your videos with? Oh, I edit it with iMovie. Yeah, you know that free software that comes with your computer? Yeah. So iMovie is a really good software. I definitely recommend using it if you don't have the budget to get a $300 editing software, which not a lot of people do, especially if they're not 16 yet and don't have a steady income job. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for that question. Anyway guys, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it in any way, shape, or form, please consider leaving a like. And also, don't forget to leave your questions. Remember, I answer every question you may have, whether it's about a game or something in real life you need advice for. I will try my best to answer it, and so you can send it through the comment section or through a private message. If you don't want it to be publicly displayed to everyone, send it through a private message. I think you can only do that on computer. If you want a comment that you don't care if everyone sees, that'd be easier, but honestly it really doesn't matter whether it's through a comment or a private message. But remember, I'll just answer any question you may have. So other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.